128 gigabyte card. I hate buying SD cards as much as I still love doing it because it's just like you get it, you throw it in your camera, you don't fucking ever think about it again.
Right.
But you spent $50 for an SD card that you don't get anything out of it really.
Right. $50 in probably a month.
What? Woohoo! I don't understand your mentality, sir.
Too bad it wasn't $50 a day.
Yeah.
$700 a day. For saying
PewDiePie. We have to come up with our own catchphrase.
yeah, duder.
Or you just
Always
every
late.
episode we end with you just humping on top of this table. Because people are like, what the fuck?
You're sitting back smoking a cigar. Doesn't make sense at all. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
You gotta make America great. Adam.
I don't know. I could do something like that.
Oh, make America great. Trump's really fucking this shit up. I mean, okay.
It's
The problem is, what's not even a problem? Like, I feel like he wants to do too much, you know, like not focus on like. I feel like he wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna be the guy that changes everything or attempts to change everything, but in reality, he's like, fucking, I want to do this, and it's fucking. He needs to focus on like one thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna build your wall, just build your fucking wall. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's just me going on attention. He's a puppet.
I mean, I feel like Obama was a fit,
Every president is a puppet.
except for one,
Yeah.
the one that got shot in
Calvin
his car.
Coolidge. Oh, no, that one too. No, I think that's Trump's problem is that I don't think he's doing bad. I think he's being used to
Hardcore.
to just fucking
Yeah, 'cause
fuck
now-
over everybody.
Now Congress can look at it and be like, hey, no one believes this guy, so now we can push shit on him to try to get stuff changed that we want.
Yeah.
And people are just gonna rip on this guy, and he's too
Which
dumb.
they've been waiting for this though for fucking ever since Obama's first presidency or inauguration, pretty much. They're like, the second we get someone that's Republican again, we can fuck everybody, and we're just gonna use them to do it.
And Trump's too special to realize because he just likes the fame. So.
Yeah, well, that's just it. That's what. I mean, it was fucking first week of presidency. He was just talking about, I get better ratings than Ronald Reagan did. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Celebrity Apprentice is better with me than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, fuck that guy.
You do know that Arnold Schwarzenegger could still kick your ass, and he's like 70, so.
He could probably kick your ass in the next election if he ran.
Except for he can't, but.
What?
Except for he can't.
Yes, he can.
No, he's not.
No, he can't. Because he
Because he's
wasn't
not important in the United States. Not unless Trump fucking.
Didn't stop Obama!
Unless Trump's like, we're gonna make a new rule that the presidents can now be born outside the United States.
So fucking horrible.
Like he's just rewriting the fucking Constitution, the fucking rights of everything. I
Well,
don't
that's
like the
what
First Amendment.
He is doing pretty much.
We're gonna rewrite it. It's
Well-
the 13th Amendment now.
I'm just gonna rename it. The First Amendment is basically getting fucked over by the whole FCC thing. Nobody has the right for free speech because they can fucking sell your.
Well, that's why bigger YouTubers are pissed off because YouTube's now guidelining what's filtered, what's not filtered, and it's like the gay and lesbians. Their channels are getting fucking flagged, and they're not making money, but it's freedom of speech. That's the whole platform of YouTube is.
Yeah, it's always been.
It's creative opportunity. It's art, and people are being shuttered out of what they can do and can't do. Like, we're little YouTuber people. I mean, there's people that make fucking their living off YouTube, and now they got to worry that they're gonna get,
Yeah, cut because. Oh, I might have offended someone.
Fuck that. I don't give this thing ranting. People are gonna be like, what the fuck? That's what pisses me off about the United States. Like, there's so many people out there that get fucking offended by shit. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, if you really what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like there'd be like less people offending people. Like I feel like more people offend people now because it's frowned upon. You know what I mean? Like bullying. It was a lot different back in the 40s and 50s and shit. Like kids would get into little fights in the schoolyard, punch each other, and then they'd be fucking fine after that. But now it's fucking like, well, fuck Sarah because she's fat and she's sleeping with Tom, so I'm gonna post on Facebook or Twitter and rip her on, you know. And now the kid's gonna kill himself.
Well, that all goes back to different reasons. Like the mentality behind millennials is that they look for stuff like likes on their pictures and shit because it gives them a dopamine kick and they feel better about themselves.
Is that what I get?
Yes, it is what you get.
Well, I'll tell you.
But so those kids become dependent. So whenever they have people that will go onto their page that are like basically mentally supporting them, their pages doing that, and they're fucking like, "You're fat, you should kill yourself." It fucks with their psyche. They don't know how to fucking comprehend it. They don't know how to process it. So that suicides are one way out. It's like that's why fucking millennials are more depressed than any other generation out there. Is because
I always thought it was because of corn dogs.
it could be that too. High fructose corn syrup has fucked us up as a nation.
God damn it, idiot.
Yes. Rats in the grain, my friend.
ADM should send us high fructose corn syrup.
I'll try right here. Just like pure high fructose corn syrup, just chug it.
Yep, it's like a molasses. We
There's-
like grow 3 arms like fish from The Simpsons. No, I get it. Like, my problem is that I grew up 12 years of my life with no attention. Like, I didn't have a mom or dad or fucking barely a sister. So now I like, and it sucks because I hate fucking doing it because I get like, hey, I'm over here kind of guy, you know, because I fucking failed at that attention. And I start to learn that, and I try to back away and not, you know, try to be that fucking guy. Like, hey, look at me, I'm over here. It fucking sucks. It's like an addiction, or like, not so much an addiction, but like a.
No, but it's.
I guess it would be an addiction.
It's not necessarily an addiction as much as it's a fix, but usually you get a fix for an addiction. But it's like
I don't know, something like mule kicked me inside. What the
no,
fuck?
it's like yeah, by getting the adoration, you find confidence in a
Right.
sense, and it's like that for so many people now because of
But see,
social media.
But then there's a side, like, because I see both sides. So I used to be the type, like, people would be like, they're like, well, Adam's, like, I'm going back to school, like, you know, Adam's weird, like, he's kind of fat kind of guy. And I used to be like, oh.
No, I was the same way.
But now, like, older, it's like, hey, like, I know I'm fat, like, I like it, you know, like, I guess I feel like I can take insults, you know what I mean, like, and I'm not one to insult somebody unless you piss me off, you know, Sherry, the moocher, fucking hate her, you know, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Speaking of that, I'm stopped at the stoplight, and the old crazy guy used to sit at Walmart that got busted on the news for
Oh, the
vet.
Vietnam vet, yeah.
So he's down by Little Caesars and Family Video now. And we're stopped, and this fucking car pulls up. And the lady honks, and he was walking over. She just gives him money. It's this Chinese lady. And I was just like, I just wanted to yell out the window, be like, fuck you, motherfucker, to the guy. Like, you're a fucking asshole. Like, I hate this motherfucker. Like, you moved away from Walmart because everyone knows you over there now. But you're still going to do your same shit. Like, I've seen you doing this for 12 years.
Yeah, I know.
You couldn't have gotten a job in 12 years? Bullshit.
And well, there's the thing about that, you know, like sometimes homeless people have less of a chance of getting a job than people that aren't. But that being said, he still shouldn't be screwing people over.
Yeah, well, he
Ever.
shouldn't be screwing people
No.
over because he lives in a house in South Shores.
Exactly. Well, that's a good living.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, because he's probably making fucking a couple $100s a day.
did you see that news article that Herald and Review put out about the the person that was running Oasis homeless shelter in town has basically come out and said, "Hey, don't give any one of these people money because they're just going to go spend it on crack and booze." Right. And I'm like, "Thank you," because I know he cares. Right. I think it was a he. He cares about helping these people.
It used to be a lady.
Yeah, it might be still. Maybe I misread it. But it's just good to see someone who does care say, I'm telling you this because I care. You shouldn't give this to them because they will abuse it. If you tell them, hey, come see us, we'll help them.
Right.
So, I mean, that's good to see instead of just being like, don't give them money. Right. Yeah, they don't need it, whatever.
Right.
But that's because there's been so many panhandlers in town.
Now there's a whole fucking much more.
Yeah.
Like, I actually see the city looking at it, addressing it as a problem. Because now they're all like on the corner of El Dorado and Main.
Yeah, and they're stopping traffic and saying, hey, like when the light changes, I've seen that. They'll be sitting there when the light changes and they'll walk up.
Right.
And I'm like, no, that's not right, guys.
Right.
You have places in town that we as taxpayers are happy to give those tax money so that you can get the help you need.
Fucking, we should just go. We should film that stuff, actually.
Yeah, we review panhandlers.
Right.
Or we do like remember the show Bonsai?
I could dress up as a homeless guy. We like wireless, like mic me, and then you like sit across the parking with a camera, and I just sit over there and we get a conversation of them. So
we could do all that fake bullshit stuff you see on YouTube where like they walk over and it's like, hey man, here's $50, and then like, oh, this homeless man's more generous than this fucking trash guy. Granted, I 100% believe that shit, but it's fake. I mean, goddamn, half of them are just like utterly fake.
Well, it's like a lot of the ones that like will fuck with people on the streets. Like it's all set up. Like the only one that's really real is the fucking scary snowman guy.
No, Freaky the Snowman? Yeah, I love that guy.
Which you can honestly tell these people are not. Like, the motherfucker's been sued like 1,000,000 times because of fucking scaring people, because you really technically can't scare somebody, which is fucking stupid. That's what's wrong with society. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I mean, granted, I understand, like, if he did somebody, like, that had a health problem, like.
Oh, and that's where, like, I think we have to be sensitive to as a society in some sense. But I do think that we've gone, like, overboard.
Right. Well, it's all fucking, like, is that out there?
I think it was, but I'm not sure.
Or it's in the audience. They're like watching us. Like, what kind of show is this?
It's a fucked up show.
It's like people being too happy,
Well,
like,
that too.
Like you fucking got your hand cut on a fucking lady's car because you were walking by it and you ran your hand across it, like.
Yeah, or like you were keying the car and you fucking cut yourself because you were keying and you sue her.
Right.
Wait, what?
Or the guy that broke into the house, fell through the skylight, hit the knife, and then sued and won. Like.
I think you stole that from Liar Liar.
I think it is.
No, but you're absolutely right. Like frivolous shit like that.
Right.
And it all stems from people are like, that fucking old lady, dude. It's like, no, she got fucking 3rd-degree burns, motherfucker.
Have you ever seen the video?
Oh, yeah.
The one that, like,
she's like, her hands are like fucking just blistered up and everything.
And her crotch.
Her crotch area.
Right.
Like,
well, they admitted, McDonald's admitted that it was too hot to begin with because it was like 198 degrees or whatever.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like 140.
Because, they used to sell it like that. And you're like, why the fuck do you... Because then it's hot 7 hours later. That's just not good.
Yeah, because most of her shit paid for medical.
Yeah, and that's all it was. Right. That's all she tried to even sue.
But now people are like, oh, fucking... These fucking little Debbie snacks are so good. I'm so fat.
It made me fat because of it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we're suing everybody that's on this fucking fucking reviews that we've done. This food's so good we can't stop doing reviews.
bastards!
This is probably 97 minutes to fill up the card.
Like fucking Morgan Spurlock, what I talked about in Super Size Me. Like those kids.
I love that.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I love it.
I will give him credit as far as a documentary or documentarist. I don't know, documentary filmmaker. He's probably one of my favorites out there.
Yeah, have you seen a show called Day in Life?
No.
It's on, I don't know if it's Netflix or Hulu. It's on one of them. Anyways, he picks celebrities, and then he follows them for a day, just one day.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still doing stuff.
I didn't know it was his show until I watched 2 episodes, and it was Richard Branson, the Virgin guy. And I seen in the first.
He's not a virgin. He runs a virgin.
It said Morgan Spurlock as the executive producer, the narrator, and I was like, oh shit, like, and then I'm listening to it like, holy shit, it is him. But no, he just follows the day in life. Richard, that guy is fucking amazing. Like
Richard Dawson or whatever his name is.
Branson, right? He's over in London. They like look at. He's just a normal like. He's walking in the airport, and people are like, oh hey, and he's like, hey, how's it going? You guys enjoying your flight? Like, being like. You know, let's not say Trump's president and he was just walking in the street. Like, I feel like Trump wouldn't do that.
No,
just
exactly.
be a dickbag.
90% of fucking billionaires, except for like, I can see Mark Cuban being like that. Actually, I know he is.
Yeah.
Him and like, yeah, that guy is, I don't know. I guess it's probably just like where they come from. They didn't inherit their money. They actually.
Well, it's like Buffett.
Oh, yeah, like Buffett.
Not Howard. Warren.
Howard's probably still somewhat down to earth compared to most.
Warren,
Oh, yeah.
I was watching the documentary, well, Files of Warren Buffett or whatever, and it shows him coming out of his house in the morning. He gets in his car, and he goes, first thing he says, he goes, I read the newspaper first thing in the morning to see how the stocks did, or did the night before, and that depends on if he goes to McDonald's or not. And whatever the stock price is, depends on what he gets at McDonald's. So he could get like a sausage patty or a McMuffin or something, and it's like he knows exactly it's $1.89, $2.05 or whatever, and whatever his wife puts in the middle console is what he'll get. And he just pulls up there and he orders it, and he's like, it's $1.05, and she's like, yep. He pulls up and they're like, good day, Warren, and he's like, hello, and gives them money. Like, he's just part of this town, you know. Granted, fucking he lives in Iowa, and it's like
He owns half the state.
yeah, it's like 38 people in that town, but it's still fucking, you know, it's still cool how he acts. But then you get Mark Cuban, that's like, I'm Mark Cuban, I own the fucking Mavericks. Shut the fuck up. Your team fucking sucks now, and you're a bitch. And I don't like Shark Tank, so.
Not a big show. I just caught myself watching on YouTube for like 2 hours the other day. I'm like, why am I watching this shit?
Yeah, well, it sucks you in for a little
does.
bit, but see, I liked, do you ever watch The Prophet with Marcus something? He's another millionaire, but he buys companies just like Shark Tank, but it's just him. He's the sole proprietor of the group, but he's bought all these places. What he does is he'll go in and see a business that's failing and show them what they can do. In return, he owns a percentage of that company. Well, Mark Cuban, though, is just a little fucking, he's a bastard. And you can tell that because if you ever watch, I know you don't watch basketball.
Yeah, but I think that's different from who he actually is. Like, if you watch like what he invests in and shit, it's not necessarily, and I'm not talking about Shark Tank, because again, I think that's, you have two personalities. I would say it's the same thing with Donald Trump, but I'm not positive. I think he is who he is. But like when you look at most people, like television personalities, they're a lot different than how they are in real life. Because I've seen shit with Mark Cuban where he's nothing like how he is on Shark Tank or even watching him.
He's a douchebag.
I don't know.
Have you watched him in any of the basketball games?
Again, I think that he's the owner. Of course he's going to be a douchebag during...
Oh my God. I mean, it's bad. Like, he's been thrown out of his own fucking stadium. Like, the refs escorted him out. Like, because he runs out on the court, like, in the middle of the game. Like, sir, you can't do that. Like, I'm the owner. Like,
I'm the owner, motherfucker. Yeah. He's got a point, though.
Well, you're the owner of the team, but you're not an owner of the NBA. So, and it's NBA rules when they're in those facilities. I feel like he's a fucking douchebag. I just have this. I bet you if you were standing in the room with him and fucking Michael Keaton. Well, that's a bad example.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Because I would rather stand with Michael Keaton. I'd rather talk to Michael
I think
Keaton.
I would just want to talk to Michael Keaton no matter what. I think he's going to win out for most people.
Right.
Other than Bruce Campbell
Bruce Campbell.
and Bruce Willis.
He died, didn't he? Bruce Willis.
Who? Bruce Willis died?
Yeah. Somebody text you.
Yeah, my mom.
She's like, hey, sweetie.
No, like Tim. I went to Walmart with him and I helped him buy a new phone. He spent like $350.
On a new phone.
No, the new phone, the service plan, because he usually I'd be like, don't buy a goddamn service protection plan. But it was $56 for a $200 phone.
Right.
I'm like, go ahead and do it because I've seen you break your phone a lot. The phone he got was actually really good quality. If this ever breaks, I might just go that route and buy one off contract, like some $200 phone or something. But
Casey Neistat posted Samsung sent him the S8.
motherfucker.
Yeah. And he kept saying in the video, he goes, Samsung's not paying me to talk about this phone.
I'm just using a Samsung camera, and I'm using...
Right, well, he did the Oscars right at the end. It's Casey Neistat on the commercial for Samsung. And I'll grant it, it's probably one of the coolest fucking commercials I've ever seen.
Using gear?
No, using Samsung 8 phone.
Oh.
And he's highlighting, talking about YouTubers, how they're the next generation to make media and to make content. And anyone can make content or a show with just basically a phone, you know what I mean? Mm. And that's what the whole video was about. And I watched the behind the scenes making. He wanted to do that. He went to Samsung, and they wanted him just to highlight the phone. He says, no, I want to do it this way. I want YouTubers to be involved. And he used all these YouTube clips of people using phones and stuff like that. And Samsung said, do it. And they did it, and it was fucking badass looking. He's a fucking, like, a lot of people, and it's like the whole PewDiePie thing. I joke, like, I find the kid fucking annoying as fuck. Like, but he's got that niche of, like, what the fuck? People feel that about Casey, too. Like, he's got all this money, and he uses all these cool-ass tools to make his videos look good. But I like how he is, like, as a person. Like, if you walked up to him in person, I feel like he'd be like, hey.
A douche.
No, I don't think he'd be a douche.
I think he would, not douche, he'd be stuck up.
No,
because I get that vibe from him just watching some of his videos.
But if you watch the videos, people come up to him all the time on the streets.
Yeah, because he's
It's
filming.
not-
Of
but
course he's going to be a nice guy during him filming.
But it's not it's not like, this will be a good fight between us. I don't think he's a douche.
I don't think he's a douche. I think he's just stuck up. And that's because he's got money and shit. And of course he is.
I don't know if it's so much being stuck up. I think it's just the way that he presents himself as people feel that he's stuck up. Like, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to put this. This is going to turn weird. I'm thirsty as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
My mouth is so fucking dry. We should film this and then just go in the car.
Yeah.
And get root beer. Get chug root beer. Yeah, it's still. You're full of shit. What's up, guys? Adam here. Testing out Jake's new camera. Night vision style. We're waiting for Jake to come out.
Really do much with perspective cameras other than people who just want to take pictures.
Just getting you eaten.
Single autofocus versus, I think it's like spread autofocus.
Oh, there's Jake. Okay. I don't know how well we can do this. I haven't done this in a while. It's all the way out. Okay.
Even if it's not focused, you can hit this to autofocus it. See how? Yeah, right there. It's a little better, but it is really washed out because of it being the